my name is Gabriel from GAPAC USA. In this video we're going to show you how to fix the phone S4 when the glass is broken like you see here. There is a big line all across the phone. So in order to do that, we're going to use a heat gun, as you can see here. We're going to use a sweep knife. We're going to use a plastic tool, a card, a thermometer to check the temperature, and then we're going to use a UV glue so we can glue the screen, the replacement to the phone, and it will look like a brand new. So we're going to start. As you can see, the phone works fine. Okay, so we are going to shut it down. I don't know what language is in it right now, but it doesn't matter. Okay. We're going to start heating the screen. Remember not to cross the line of 100 degrees Celsius. As you can see right now, it's like 25 Celsius. $64. $97. So we reached the critical point. So we're going to try to use one end. Just be very careful. In the first time it loses the heat very easier, so we have to make sure that the screen is hot. Okay, we have reached the temperature. I have lifted up a little bit here just to have the enough space to put the card, and we are going to be pushing all the screen out with the card. So be careful, just push to this side and not upwards. It will not get broken. So be very careful. Check the temperature once again. If it is cold, heat it up again. If you do it when it's cold, it will be easier. It will be easier to break the screen. Okay, 100. As you can see, it's easier to remove it when it's hot. Okay, we have accomplished it. Okay, almost perfect, as you can see. Be very careful with the flex. I'll show you here. Now we can use one more card to protect the screen because we are going to apply a little bit more heat here. We're going to put a card beneath the phone so we will not damage the cloth. Just be very careful when you lift it up. You have to come out like without breaking anything. You see the flex is here, so be very careful when you put the knife here or the card so you will not mess it up anything. As you can see, just in one piece. Was broken here, as you can see. So we made it in one place. That is the ideal. So now we can clean up the screen. We're going to use some alcohol. If you want, you can buy this brand. Delta is good. We can use a cotton. Sometimes we have to use something a little bit more aggressive, like tint, you know, some glue remover. If you want to be sure that the screen still works, just turn it on, put the battery back on. As you can see, it still works. We can leave some alcohol here so it will help to remove it. Okay, as you can see, the phone works. It detects all the Wi-Fi and everything. We can use this little plastic, you see, to remove the glue. Don't make too much pressure so you won't break it. Well, we have used this thinner. Is usually for painting. So we have put this on the screen, as you can see. With little effort, all the glue is coming out, so it's very effective. So always be careful with the flex over here on the top, and in a little bit everything should be almost perfect. You see, in other phones like S3 or Note, it doesn't happen. I mean, it's more difficult to have this kind of glue. So this glue is difficult only on Galaxy S4 and S2. And this part, like I said, be careful so you won't break anything. And after that, we can blow with the air gun or whatever you have. Here you can see everything is starting to look much better after we remove the whole glue that is on the screen. Now it's getting to shine, as you see. So always be gentle and be very careful with the screen. We're going to put some alcohol. And it is starting like, look at like brand new. It looks like brand new. So we have to clean it. We have to clean it a little bit more. So we can make it shine. Okay, as you see, the phone works great. There is another product that you can use. It's called auto polish. Usually it's to polish the cars, but it works well with the phone. Just use very little. You see, it will polish any remaining glue, any leftover glue. Now we use a dry part of the same cloth. There you see, now it starts shining. And now that is the way that we want it, we can start putting the glue and finish the work. Another thing that you can do once the screen is almost perfect. I'm not going to say that it's going to look perfect, because sometimes there is like little scratches here, because of course the glass was broken. So sometimes you will see this kind of lines. It will not affect the phone at all, but if you're so picky, it may bother you. Otherwise, once you put the new glass with the glue and everything that we use, you will not be able to see it. So if you use this glue and you finish this video, you will see the whole process. I'll show you another thing that very little people use. It is kind of Windows tint. this Windows tint was made for this phone, has the right size and everything. So if you want, what you can do, but is like a little bit more risky, you could remove the whole Windows tint, the one that is damaged, or maybe if you try to remove the Gorilla Glass, the one is broken, and sometimes maybe a little piece will get damaged or something like that, you can remove it all and put the new film. So if you want to do that, that is okay. But in this case, the customer doesn't want to pay for that, so we're going to fix it with the things that he gave us. So in this occasion, at this time of the repair, what we are going to do is to remove the battery and turn it off. So we're going to shut it down, and we are going to remove all the screws. The reason is because if you get some little glue here on the camera or in the sensors, that will be very bad because it will be difficult to remove it. So it's better to remove the electronics and the logic board and everything that you can, that it will bother you. Otherwise, you can remove just the frontal camera, and that's it. Now that we have removed the whole thing, all the screws and everything, we're going to use the knife just to separate the screen. Be very careful always. Once you separate it just a little bit, you can use the plastic tool, as you can see. Great. Once we have this out, so we're going to remove the camera. As you can see here, you can use the nail or you can use the plastic tool, whatever is comfortable for you, or more convenient for you, of course. This part might be a little tricky. Okay, you see, it came out. It's on pressure, so once we have removed that, we can use this, or we can use the plastic tool, you see, to remove the camera. The camera is the most important thing. If you don't remove this, it will not be a very big deal because it will be easy to clean. But the camera is very picky, so if you damage it or you put some glue on it, it will be a pain to clean it up later on. So we are going to remove the jack. As you see here, it's a tiny screw, so it's shorter than the others, so we can remove the speaker here. Great, we have removed it. So we have removed this screw just in case if we have to sometimes to move the card, the logic board a little bit, but in this case was not necessary, so we can put it back as it was before. All right, now we have take care of the more important things. we can clean it up a little bit more. So be sure that it's clean, that it doesn't have any little piece of dust or anything like that. Okay, great. Now we're going to move the things away a little bit. So we're going to start putting the glue. What I recommend is always to put this kind of glue just on top of it, and the bottom we are going to use the regular kind. The reason is because here you don't have any bottom like here, but if there is some glue here like this kind, when it gets hard it's very difficult to remove it from here, but this one it will stay like in liquid form. So this is the best way I found to fix this. I could use this one in the whole screen, but sometimes you don't want, you know, like liquid stuff on next to the camera, so you want something that will dry very quickly, and this is the one. I want to push here a little bit. All right. Now we're going to use the other one. Now we are going to take the plastic from the replacement and we're going to put it very carefully. So remember, some of them has like extra film here, so be careful that it doesn't have that. In this case it doesn't have it, but if it has it, just peel it the way you go. So now always do this part first and then the other part. Remember to let it go down very slowly, otherwise it will make bubbles. Take your time. You see now there is here like a little bubble. Even that I have done it very carefully, sometimes it may happen. When it happens, you start pushing here and then the bubble will go outside of the frame. It will disappear. Essentially, that is what is going to happen. So be careful with that. And now you can push it a little bit or just let it stay for maybe 10 minutes. That's it. Another thing that you have to do is to have one of these like little UV light oven or something like that to cure the cell phone. So now we're going to push it a little bit. We're going to turn it on, as you can see. Remember, to be very careful with this and do it slowly. You see the bubble is going up and it disappears. Okay, once you have it like that, just keep it the way it is and put it on the oven, on the UV light, and leave it like that for 30 seconds. So don't rush on this, just take your time, do it slowly, and it will be perfect. Now you have to release it little by little, and if nothing happens, like bubbles will not start appearing or something like that, it means that it got cured. So now we have to turn it around and do the same thing. You see here there is like a little bubbles here. You have to push it so it will disappear. Great. Now that is in the position that we want, we're going to leave it there for 30 seconds again, and almost done. Okay, as you see, it overflow on the sides, so leave it like that. Don't worry about that. Leave it on the oven. You see there is like no bubble, it's like perfect. And once it is hard enough, you can just take it like in one piece and it will be okay. So now we're going to leave it for 15 minutes and that will be it. So we are going to come back in 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes has passed. So I turn it, I flip it over just in case there is something here to dry. You can see here it got hard, so it will be easier to remove. You see it's like almost in one piece. It can be removed. So that is why I have it down. Okay. Otherwise you will be spreading all the glue everywhere. Okay, later on we can use like a cotton with alcohol and everything and it will look okay. Okay, now we have another part we have to take care. Is here we may see it, there is like a little of glue here, maybe in the place where the camera is, so we have to use the plastic tool to remove that, otherwise the sensor will not fit inside. So in this part we can use this, it will not damage the plastic or anything like that. Just be careful here because the flex is over there, so be careful with that. As you can see, it is coming out like in one piece. Now we can use tweezers to remove the plastic. You see, so now what we can do is try to put the earpiece here. If it fits okay, we can just continue, go ahead. The same with the camera. If it fits okay, we don't have to do more than that because you will not modify the circuit or anything like that, so the phone will work just fine. Now we have to put the little piece of metal here. We do a bit of pressure, so it will hold the camera and the sensor. Once we have done that, we're almost done. So what we can do is to put the battery and see if it works. We can put all the pieces back together. So we are going to push the button here. Great. Remember, later on we can just clean it up. We're not going to be listening the sound because the speaker is here in the plastic, so it makes the contact here. Great. The screen works great. Looks like brand new. We're going to try the camera. Great, the camera works. We're going to test the other one. As you see, this is me. So everything looks fine. The home buttons works, you see. Okay, so we can put the case. Put everything back together like it was. That's it. Now you listen the sound, you see, because I put the speaker that is in here. So the only thing that we have to do is just clean it up. With a little of patience, we remove everything. Almost done. So we are not going to spend too much time on that. So the work is complete. We have to put the screws here, the cover, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel and check my other videos in my channel, so you will see more things, more videos about repairs and everything. Thank you for watching, and see you to the next time. Bye.